Well, it's still daytime, so that saves me from having to make a joke with, like, the light that we turn on in here whenever it gets dark.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, we just saw Lights Out, the new horror film by New Line Cinema.
And producer James Wan.
Yep. Though, filmmaker James Wan produces it, I guess, if you say. But because the last film he produced wasn't so great, Annabelle. That was the last thing he produced. Or, I think he did produce... No, he produced Insidious Chapter 3. He was behind that. I like Chapter 3.
Okay. Yeah, and so this movie is based on a short film that was created by the director of this movie. And this movie's, well, I guess I can't really compare it to the short film because the short film is only 2.5 minutes. But James Wan, he is, he definitely is the master of horror right now.
Well, this guy did pretty well, and I liked Mama. It's just I felt Mama's ending was the ending was a little weird, but with a lot of CG stuff. But I felt that that was another horror movie that was really effective for the most part. Anyways, I mean, I'm not like none of these movies for me have been that particularly scary, but I still enjoy them. I mean, Conjuring 2 was pretty good for the most part, though I still had little problems here and there. So
same here. I actually I think this is kind of just about on par with Conjuring 2.
I think it's mixed for me a bit more. Just a bit more or less, but especially because a lot of the ending too. Especially because this lady, there's so many scenes of her, like people running away, her grabbing them, and just like it looks kind of silly to me. That looked kind of silly. It looked kind of like a comedy routine, trying to beat her up without cartoon effects. Like it makes her a little less effective as a monster for me. Those scenes, but
there are great scares in this. Yeah. I mean, so
And none of the scares were false either. There was no like there's a scene where they hear a knock on the door. They think the boyfriend's back, but it's actually I kept thinking that the boyfriend's go, "Oh, I got you," but no, they didn't do that. If the guy who directed, I'm trying to think of a bad horror movie I saw. Smiley directed this. Did you see Smiley?
No, but you told me about it.
It's just where every joke in that movie is the girl's friend roommate coming into the scene. That is most of the scares in that movie. Is just that. It's just like if he directed that, if him or some other director directed this, one of the other horror, it would have turned out like way worse. It would have turned out like this, and it would have turned out much better, but worse or something. But I felt so this is definitely more effective than those. Yeah,
this is kind of one of those family curse kind of horror movies, but the idea surrounding this premise is there is no denying its effectiveness because, as you probably know, it's about a ghost that only appears in the dark. And so it's really effective because everyone is afraid of the dark to some extent or another. I mean, I kind of have those times when I'm walking alone in my house at night and it's like dark and I know that there's really nothing to be afraid of, but still I kind of have that urge to just get up the stairs and, you kind of walk quickly. Yeah. You just got to get in your room, turn the light on.
But I forgot I was going to say something.
Yeah, I kind of have a feeling that's going to be staying with me a while after seeing this.
I don't know if it's going to do that for me, but it's interesting.
Seem to be doing it really well for the audience. Like the first time that the ghost appears, which as you see in the trailer, but when the woman turns that light off and you see her there, like at the other end of the room, there was a guy in the theater who went, "Whoa, my gosh!"
Yeah. Oh. Another thing I like too, there wasn't a twist. There wasn't some twist, or it's like or some crap, or they had to add some twist that just broke the movie. Like The Gallows did that.
The ghost had to make them reenact the last part of a play.
Yeah, it's just that. It's just Well, it was something also because like the daughter, because when they could have easily just they could have just let him like perform the play and killed him there instead of just like wasting their time like. They should have just let them try to, because we're not talking about The Gallows, but I'm just saying at least they didn't try to leave some sort of twist in there that just made no sense and just made you kind of a little confused.
Yeah. This actually is it's actually a pretty straightforward movie. In fact, it's actually only 80 minutes, but it makes the most of just about every one of those 80 minutes.
Yeah.
And what's really great also is that, like The Revenant, it uses natural lighting.
Yeah. Oh, it does.
I read that online. In fact, like that shot of the first shot of the house, the wide shot of the house during the day, like in the background, it looked really natural. The lighting on it and the color, and yeah.
So basically, all the lighting classes I took in my school, I can just go, hey, screw you. I don't have to listen to you. I can just do natural lighting, and my movie will look better than yours.
I gotta say, we shared the theater with the quietest baby ever. Somebody brought a baby into a PG-13 horror movie, and it stayed pretty quiet, actually.
Probably because the baby wasn't even looking at the screen and whatever.
Oh yeah, but there's still, it gets really loud at parts.
Yeah, I'm surprised. Yeah, because I'm used to baby. Like, I don't think anyone should bring their baby at all. Really, I think the idea, because babies don't watch movies. They're not going to pay attention to. They don't have that. Their babies' minds don't work like that. They don't go, oh, they can't pay attention to something. They can't watch. There's no reason to bring something that can't really watch a movie. Like, I would never bring a dog to them. I never bring if I had a dog, I wouldn't bring my dog or my cats. I wouldn't bring, because they wouldn't watch it. They just run around and they just probably run around and meow a lot or something like that and try to.
Which was worse?
Eat taking popcorn, probably.
Yeah. Which would have been worse? What happened here tonight with someone taking their baby into Lights Out, or someone taking kids to see Chappie? That happened when John and I saw that.
Oh,
that had to have been the best and also the worst babysitter ever.
Why were they really loud or something?
No, they weren't loud. I'm talking a babysitter who will take the kids to see an R-rated movie. Like the best and the worst at the same time.
Oh, well, I don't know.
Okay,
I don't. I just saw Chappie a while ago. It's not that bad.
I like seeing a theater with a responsive audience when they're responsive, when they're actually responding to the movie. When it's something like in the Peanuts movie where just there was just a little kid to my left who was just prancing around screaming, just didn't care about the movie at all.
Yeah,
But in times like this, when there was a girl behind me who kept saying things like, come on, stay on, when the lights are flickering.
Yeah.
I really enjoy that. Then another instance is
especially when everyone sorry for the swear, when everyone questions don't go into the basement. Well, she has a reason. Because she's not trying to be scared, and she's also trying to make sure the lights come back on with the fuse box. Of course, she doesn't know at the time that the lights are actually out completely. But it's and it's not like they can run away because the ghost, Diana will just follow them and kill them somewhere else. So that excuse might have made sense. If this was a movie about a serial killer, it's don't go down there, just go back upstairs and call the police, or something. That would have made sense. But no, they're dealing with this thing that latches. It's just that doesn't, saying don't go down there is not. That's not the pro. I don't know, but. Yeah, that stuff like that bugs me, but most of the time if people are being scared or laughing at something that's funny, that's fine.
Yeah.
But some other things do, when I see movies and everyone's like, woo, oh my god, that's awesome, that kind of bugs me sometimes. Especially Well,
you're probably glad you didn't see Jurassic World with me then.
Well, because I remember when I saw Jurassic World, there was the only time people clapped was when they went to the classic Jurassic Park place. That doesn't bug me too much sometimes or whatever. I'm not going to go too much into that, but
okay.
Yeah, but other than that, I thought this was a very effective horror movie.
Yeah.
I liked it for the most part, though. It
really used the panning shot really well. When Rebecca goes into that flashback, as she finds that the spelling of the name Diana carved into her floor. It like pans up to her face, then everything goes black, and then it pans over to like her younger self in her room.
Mm-hmm.
That was a really good transition.
Yeah, that was a really cool one.
Yeah.
Though, yeah, another, like I said, my biggest problem was, of course, the creature was kind of, for them, those scenes, especially when the creature was just attacking people and was like, and they just got away. I thought that was kind of lame. It made the monster seem less effective.
Yeah.
It made the creature seem less effective. Like, the reason why The Grudge is a really creepy movie is because the creature in that, I don't know the lady's name, the ghost in that, but if she, like, the thing about her is if she touches you, you're just dead. Like, you just disappear. Like, people, like, they've done some pretty cool shots in those movies where someone will just disappear in that movie.
Yeah.
Like, I felt like that's a very effective, but this is just, she just sort of gnaws at you a bit, and like, there's so many times where people would get away from her because she was fighting them. I'm just like, wait, so Billy Burke, all he had to do was go, "Ah!" Like, how did he just gets crunched like that? Like, well, I guess she probably pulled him and then tore him to shreds or something like that.
Yeah.
But
I don't really get, though, what it is with the black light being able to hurt the ghost.
Well, it didn't hurt her. You just see her. She just gets like a physical form or whatever. Instead of that shadowish form, she has like that physical form because I think it's something because black lights are less UV-ish light or
so it's like the black
harsh.
light in combination with the other light that actually like causes her skin to incinerate.
Yeah, because the black light, it like she gets there because when she's in the shadows in the darkness, she's like in the shadowish form or whatever. But when she gets into the black light, she has like a more physical form, so they're able to shine a light on her that'll hurt. Because if you just try to shine a regular light at her when she's in the shadow, she'll just go far away into the shadows. Because even when there's lights
brilliant effect there, like when the boyfriend is like waving the flashlight behind him and. She's like there, and then she's not.
The guns too. Whenever someone shot a gun,
like it looks almost stop motion when you're watching her because the policeman is like shooting her, but of course the bullets can't hurt her because of like the flash of the from like inside the gun like makes her disappear, so the bullet can't hit her.
Yeah.
And of course we got to bring up probably the smartest move in the movie when the boyfriend runs outside. And this was a really good jump scare, like, I think really freaked a lot of people out. She attacks him from inside, like, the shadow from, like, an arch. Mm-hmm. And she picks him up. He grabs his car keys, turns on the lights of his car, and makes her go away, and he falls to the floor. Yeah. Like, suddenly, it just went from, like, sheer terror to laughter in the theater.
Yeah.
That was great.
Yeah. But yeah, there were some nice shots and all that, and some really cool editing. And true, there were some creepy moments though. Yeah. Like I still liked The Conjuring 2 a bit better. I thought that Wan does a lot better with his fear than this director did. But he still did well, even though I don't know. I haven't seen the original short yet. I want to check it out, but. Yeah, this one, but like the best directors for now is definitely this guy right now. This guy, Mike Flanagan and James Wan are pretty good, though Mike Flanagan's kind of mixed because supposedly Before I Wake, the film that's been like I've been waiting forever to come out didn't get that great reviews, and Ouija looks okay.
We got the trailer for Before I Wake tonight.
We'll talk about that later, though. We should during our trailer talk. But yeah,
okay, so.
Also, I did want to bring up there's a lot of DC product placement in this because it's a New Line, which is owned by Time Warner. So the kid has a bunch of Batman stuff, a bunch of Justice League stuff, and then what's her name at her house? She had a picture of Sandman from the Sandman comic. Yeah.
Well, the kid also had Bruce from Finding Nemo.
Yeah. Because that's like I could tell it was Bruce because it was actually a toy I had. It's of a Bruce, actually. I had a toy of Bruce. I think I still have it. I just don't know where it is. It's probably my mom has a storage unit or whatever. It's probably at the storage unit or whatever. But yeah, it looks like it was the exact same one I had. So I was like,
yeah.
But yeah, there was some DC, but that one didn't bug me so much. It wasn't though. One thing that did bug me, I thought was kind of lame, was when the child services lady's looking around her house. I mean, and she looks at all this stuff that makes her look like she's a bad parent. I get the bong, but the metal poster, I'm like, okay, that doesn't prove anything. Mm-hmm. There's so many people who it's just a type of music. It's not like that. Like there's plenty. I'm pretty sure there are plenty of people who are into metal and stuff who are fine parents.
Yeah. I do kind of like some little details that they put in here. One is like some of the posters on her wall kind of looks like things that she drew herself, and one of them actually kind of looks like the ghost.
Yeah, that was kind of a...
And so, because she kind of, before Diana comes back in this, she thinks that what she saw as a kid was just nightmares.
Diana's the ghost, not the girl.
Diana, Rebecca. Yeah.
Yeah.
Excuse me. And
yeah, Diana.
And other things.
Diana's running away from Rebecca.
Yeah. And other things like you might have noticed that Rebecca has like some scars on her arm.
Mm-hmm.
Like little details like that. It kind of implies that that like maybe her mother was maybe physically abusive when she was a child.
Yeah,
stuff like that. I like when they throw in little details like that just to make some implications. Like another example would actually be something like Dear John, actually, because John's father in that movie, it's never addressed at all, but you see that he has like plastic over his couch, which might imply that he has a fear of germs. And of course, he's autistic. He has Asperger's, and so that kind of implies that germs is like his biggest fear. Because usually autistic people are like really like almost deathly afraid of maybe one or two things in life. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I just like when they throw in little details like that too. Yeah. Yeah,
that's cool.
So,
but this is definitely, I still don't, like I said, I don't think this is as good as The Conjuring 2, but I still think this is really good. Yeah. And I actually would recommend it for the most part. So, because I was starting to get a little nervous after watching, after watching the first trailer, when I first saw the first trailer for this, I liked it, but then shortly, sometimes after it, I would start to get kind of like, it's not as scary as it once was for some reason, because I don't know why, because the Conjuring 2 trailer I always thought was kind of cool, but for some reason the Lights Out trailer I felt was meh, but, I'm glad I liked this one, glad it turned out well, and I'm hoping Star Trek Beyond will turn out good, because that has a really high rating, and I hope I like it.
Yeah. I would say I kind of like this about as much as Conjuring 2, but it's still kind of different because I both found them as scary, but the thing that makes Lights Out effective is just the premise of like how the ghost works and all that, but Conjuring 2 is really effective because this is something that probably happened.
Mm-hmm.
At least I would really tend to believe it happened. A lot of people think it definitely didn't.
What didn't happen? What are you talking about?
The Conjuring 2.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. We'll have to see. I don't really know everything about the true story, and supposedly a lot of paranormal investigators looked at the Enfield thing and found it false or whatever, so it's like, yeah.
Alright, well, I would still probably rank Conjuring 2 higher, but this was... Yeah, this was a really scary experience. It was quick to the point, but man, does it work.
What do you give it?
I'm gonna give it a B+.
All right. Yeah,
I mean, that's what I gave Conjuring 2, so...
Yeah, I don't think this is... What did I give Conjuring?
I think you gave it an A.
Yeah. I don't think this is as good as Conjuring 2. This Conjuring 2 had a lot more great film scenes, like a lot of great filmmaking, like the scene where the girl transformed into the old man, and there's other really great visual stuff that is just was wow, like just so many good visual stuff. And I thought this one had some cool visuals, but for the most part I was kind of meh on it but I still really liked it, so I'm probably just going to give it a B. Yeah, it's really good.
All right. I forgot to mention the kid in this is actually really good.
Oh yeah, he's pretty good. He doesn't like the kid from Before I Wake looks really like he's like, oh, I'm sorry, I'm a little kid. I talk like this. All little kids talk like this. No, I've only barely known any kids that actually talk like that. There's like a very few.
So So tomorrow we're seeing Star Trek Beyond.
Oh wait, with trailers. There's two new trailers.
Before I Wake, and also the new one for War Dogs.
Yeah. Yeah, we Before I Wake looks all right. I've seen the trailer before. I've already seen the trailer before because they played it. I remember they used to play this trailer a lot when it was supposed to come out. I think last year or so, but or the year before that. But then when it was postponed, they never did. It just stopped. They stopped, and then I was like, I've always been kind of wondering where the heck this film is gonna what happened to this movie, and I guess now it's finally coming out because he just advertised it here. So, but yeah, it looks okay, and I like the director Mike Flanagan. I liked Oculus is really good.
Yeah.
It's definitely one of because it's a very psychological film because as it goes on, it gets like really it's a film you should. Oculus is definitely it's a horror film you need to see by yourself. You can't, and it's also based on a short film as well, just like this movie today. It's a film you need because like I watched it with John and like a bunch of his friends, and it did not have a good effect because it's a horror film you don't watch with your buddies. It's a horror film you kind of want to watch on your own. But it's Oculus was really good, and so I'll give this one a shot because I like that. And Hush is
Okay.
really
Yeah. And all right. Still can't wait for Don't Breathe.
yeah.
That's just one more month.
All right. And don't. Oh, what else is and War Dogs? The new War Dogs trailer looks good for
Yeah.
the most part. Though I don't really care for the whole girlfriend thing. The whole he has a girlfriend at home that he's lying to thing, and kind of bored of that thing, that story. I mean, I understand it's based on a true story, so it probably actually happened. But I still just don't. I mean, I will admit I like that the trailer says based on the unbelievable true story instead of impossible, because it's not impossible if it actually happened. It's just like that's just contradictory.
Yeah.
So
It's an oxymoron, you moron.
The impossible true story. Yeah, pretty. How is it an impossible true story if it actually happened? But unbelievable works better. But yeah, it looks good. I'll give it a maybe. Still,
I'm probably gonna go with a yes.
yeah, it looks kind of cool, I guess. But yeah.
I can see Miles Teller and Jonah Hill being a really awesome duo.
Though it was directed by Todd Phillips, who I think has kind of lost his mojo a bit because Hunger Games 2, Hangover 2 and 3 were terrible, and like they just were not good at all. I mean, maybe he just didn't care. He just was like, hey, he just did it because the studio wanted him to do it or something like that, or he was.
Yeah, it's possible.
declined.
I mean, a lot of people really like the first Hangover.
Yeah, I liked the first one. I liked it, and I think maybe this will be his bouncing back point. Maybe.
Okay.
But though it is another like drama. Well, it has some comedy elements, but it's another drama directed by a usually comedy director. We've had a lot of those lately, like Big Short, Trumbo was also Big Short had Adam McKay who directed like the Will Ferrell comedies, and then Trumbo had Jay Roach who directed the Austin Power movies and Dinner for Schmucks and stuff. So it's I forgot there was another one too. It was directed by a guy who usually directs comedies. I forgot what it was called, but yeah, it's interesting. I'll still maybe though, because I'm like I said, Todd Phillips. Hangover Part 2 and 3 is like. Oh, and what was the one with that he did with Robert Downey Jr. and Zach Galifianakis wasn't very good either. It was a road trip movie. That one wasn't very good either. I forgot what that was called.
Due Date.
Due Date, yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that wasn't very good either. He directed that one too. I forgot. Oh yeah, and even the movies he produced, like Project X, was really bad. All right, so when we see you next, Star Trek
Beyond,
and
Hillary's America.
Maybe Hillary's America, depending on if John even comes with or what.
Yeah, so John is going to join us tomorrow.
But he never said if he was going to go to Hillary's America or not. He said he wasn't interested, but and I'm probably not going, but I
don't know. We could still like give them the points of view of like a conservative myself and you.
I'm not left wing though. I'm not really any political.
Okay.
I'm not I just want to clarify that I'm not any real political view at all really. I'm just kind of.
I sort of lean toward libertarian, but yeah. Okay, well, I guess I'll find out if this movie was really really good enough that I'll have to sleep with the lights on tonight. Which I actually may have to because I gotta get up for work tomorrow in 8 hours.
Wow.
Okay, well, let's get out of here then.